Hello everyone, welcome to a new video of On Sale Only. After last enormous sale, we're back to a regular smaller sale and we'll be covering a couple of these items. So let's get started. First up, we have Polygon City Zombie Pack, and this is absolutely a great pack if you've already got the Apocalypse pack, for example, or just a city pack, you know, something of the likes. It includes 50 different models and obviously they all look great. You know, it's the Cinti quality we're used to. So if you are going for a zombie themed game, definitely a recommendation. Next up we have Advanced Skin Shader 2, and this is definitely a niche product, but for everyone that's going for, you know, a realistic look or even a stylized look and wants to include facial expressions, lip sync and all the sorts in their game, this is a really good solution as it literally creates a dynamic skin that, you know, as you can see, moves along with facial expressions, moves along with the mouth. Honestly, a really impressive solution if you are going for that type of element in your game. So definitely worth checking out if that's what you're into. Next up, we have stylized ground textures, and I mean, what can I say? They are ground textures. I'm actually using these myself, paid full price a while back. They look great. You have them for pretty much any type of environment or season. You know, if this is the look you're going for, I would definitely recommend this complete set. Next up we have a really interesting one, Prefab Painter 2, and like the name suggests, you know, you can paint prefabs and it works like the terrain tool. And the great thing here is that it will also be aligned with the terrain you're using, or you know, the mesh you're using. Honestly, a really good tool. It works, well, it really works exactly like you're used to from the terrain tool, but in this case it will just be for prefabs and it works really well. Yeah, definitely worth looking into. Next up we have Procedural Sky for default render pipeline and URP, and honestly this is a really interesting asset. It's something similar to what HDRP has built in, but a bit more expanded and elaborate. You can customize pretty much anything, set time of day, works with, you know, your directional light, and it works really well. I actually picked this up on Monday myself, and after, you know, trying to figure out how to set the colors properly for the day-night cycle, is actually really cool. So yeah, definitely recommending this. Next up we have Flat Minimalist UI, and you might have actually seen me use this a couple of times in some videos. This is one of those assets I picked up pretty much from the start because I just really like the design language. It's I mean, it's a UI in terms of you know, images and all the sorts, and I would definitely recommend it. I like the style, but you know, it's a personal choice, so at least check it out. Next up we have Western MPC HDRP, and this is another niche product, and no, it's not cheap, but you know, it's hard to find good quality assets for your realistic style. So if you are trying to make the next Red Dead Redemption, this might be worth looking into. Thought I'd at least bring it up. The next asset is actually quite the opposite. This is a relatively cheap asset considering what you're getting in return. Forest house environment. You know, the name suggests a, you know, a house, of course, but the environmental assets themselves are really interesting. It's a really nice stylized look. So even if you don't really care much for the house, the environment itself is definitely worth it. And last but not least, we have Octave3D-Level Design. And this is an asset I honestly wish I found sooner. It's a prefab management system that also allows for, you know, easy placement. And honestly, for level design, this is just really useful. I kind of wish this was, you know, a built-in feature in Unity, to be completely honest. It's just so useful, and you know, if you are going to create your own levels, especially for buildings, it's just incredibly useful. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I would definitely recommend this one if you create your own levels. It just makes level design so much more efficient and, you know, easier to do. So definitely check this one out. that was it for this week's on sale only. All of the links for these assets are in the description, so definitely check them out. I know there's tons more, but can't cover everything, and these in my opinion were kind of the highlights. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.